New York appeals court refused to give former President Donald Trump a lifeline Wednesday, ruling he can't pause enforcement on the $454 million judgment he owes in the civil fraud case against him and his company, and potentially putting the ex-president's real estate empire at risk. Trump is appealing the judgment, but he still has just weeks to either put up the cash or secure a bond that guarantees his ability to pay. With Trump owing more than the roughly $400 million in cash and liquid assets that Forbes estimates he holds, it remains to be seen how the ex-president will choose to pay the judgment, whether by borrowing against his properties or looking for buyers or seeking help from wealthy friends. While it rejected his request to defer payment, the appeals court did pause a restriction on Trump getting loans from institutions registered in New York on Wednesday, giving him another potential path to gather the funds. In a court filing Wednesday, however, Trump's attorneys suggested his real estate properties could be on the chopping block. Properties would likely need to be sold to raise capital under exigent circumstances. If the court doesn't grant a stay pausing the monetary judgment, lawyers Clifford S. Robert and Alina Habba wrote. Forbes estimates the total value of Trump's real estate properties to be over $1.9 billion after debt, making up the bulk of his $2.6 billion net worth and spanning golf clubs, resorts and real estate holdings both in and outside of New York City. It would only take selling a few prized possessions or even refinancing several of them for the former president to cover the amount he owes. His 6 most valuable properties are each worth around $100 million or more, net of debt, meaning he has plenty of options. No way Trump will want to sell his prized Mar-a-Lago, and he'll likely have to get sign-off from publicly traded Vornado, the majority partner in 2 of his most valuable properties, 555 California Street and 1290 Avenue of the Americas, before being able to borrow against either building. If Trump fails to pay up, his real estate holdings could be seized, as New York Attorney General Letitia James has vowed if necessary. While she may be able to legally seize property outside of New York, it is more likely she'd go after New York properties first, and ones that could be auctioned off for the highest price. That might well put his prized Trump Tower on the block, though after $100 million in debt, Forbes estimates its net value at less than $60 million. Here are his 5 valuable properties, net of debt. Number 1. Mar-a-Lago. Net value, $292 million. Trump's Palm Beach estate, a mortgage-free club that's also become the former president's main home since he left office, is worth an estimated $292 million after debt, more than anything else in his portfolio. Trump has publicly claimed the resort is worth a substantially higher $1 billion. Mar-a-Lago was one of several properties at issue during the fraud trial, as James' office accused the Trump Organization of fraudulently inflating its value on statements of financial condition by valuing it as a private residence instead of a social club, despite restrictions on its use as a home. There can be no mistake that Donald Trump's valuation of Mar-a-Lago from 2011 to 2021 was fraudulent, Judge Arthur Engoron wrote in his final ruling. Number 2. 1290 Avenue of the Americas. Net value, $287 million. Trump only owns a minority stake in the property, a 2 million square foot skyscraper in New York City. The office tower is primarily owned and operated by Vornado Realty VNO-0.6% Trust and its CEO Stephen Roth, who served on Trump's Economic Advisory Council during his 2016 campaign. There's a good chance Vornado would need to sign off on any sale or mortgage. On the other hand, the partner could hypothetically lend to Trump with the understanding that if he doesn't make his payments, it could find itself owning 100% of the asset. Number 3. Trump National Doral Miami. Net value, $166 million. Trump fully owns his Doral Resort in Miami, a 643-room hotel and 4-course golf club worth an estimated $291 million before subtracting its $125 million in debt. The Trump Organization took control of the property in 2012, and the loan it used to finance the purchase is one of the business deals the James lawsuit alleged was secured fraudulently, as Trump submitted financial statements to Deutsche Bank using inflated valuations. Forbes estimates the Florida club generates annual revenue of more than $100 million. Number 4. 555 California Street. Net value, $127 million. Vornado Realty Trust also largely owns and operates this office skyscraper in 2 smaller buildings in downtown San Francisco. The property has a total value of $1.6 billion but carries $1.2 billion in debt, which JPMorgan Chase JPM plus 0.4% helped raise in 2021 to replace a previous mortgage. Number 5. 6 East 57th Street. Net value, $99 million. Trump doesn't own the building at 6 East 57th Street, but rather two long-term leases on the glitzy 65,000 square foot space just off Fifth Avenue on Manhattan's prime shopping corridor. He has no debt on the property.